How has your secret identity been fed by fear? Fear makes it impossible for someone to think for themselves individually. See, fear paralyzes the independent thought, and it actually blocks the self-awareness of the true hero. Now, there's 6 fears I'm going to talk about, six of the most destructive fears. Number 1 is poverty. It's scarcity. So when you have poverty or scarcity or money issues in your life, it causes you to act and not take risk and do what you're created to do. So you start to hold on, you become scarce, and you can't shrink your way to success. The second fear is loss of health. You know, we're worried about losing our health. So if you ever lose your health, what happens? You know, scarcity comes in, you're worried about mortality. And so it blocks our individual way of thinking because we can't think creative anymore because we're afraid we lost physical health. That's why physical health is so important, to allow you to do all the things you could do in this life. Number 3, fear of criticism. A lot of times we're doing things because of other people want us to do them. And then if we do something different, if we follow our dreams, we follow our hearts, what happens? We're afraid of criticism from those people. We don't want to hear it, or we're embarrassed. See, anytime you don't express yourself and stand up for who you are, you're embarrassed about doing something, it's because you're more fearful of criticism than living your dream. And that sometimes that fear of criticism leads into fear of losing love. How many of us are doing something because a loved one of us thought it would be good for us to do? Or we might be doing something in our life because we wanted to carry on the mission of a loved one. So we're living out other people's values because we don't want to lose their love. Number 5, the fear of old age. As old age is creeping up, you fear, well, I'm losing time. I'm losing security. I'm losing freedom. Or will I be able to do the things that I would hope to do? And now that window is getting shorter and shorter. So therefore, instead of going after those dreams and expressing your true hero, you're letting the statistics, you're letting the status quo say, hey, listen, you're getting older. For instance, you could go to a nursing home and you could see people in their 70s in a nursing home. But then again, you could go to an Ironman race and you could see the number 70 circled on someone's calf who's 70 years old running an Ironman. Society likes to put you in that status quo box of what's going to happen in old age, shrinking you, not allowing you to think for your hero. And the 6th biggest fear that we face is death. You know, we question that mortality. What's going to happen? What happens if I'm not here? What's going to happen to my family? What's going to happen to my legacy? There was an old man who was lying in his deathbed. This is it. And all of a sudden, all these figures started to walk in the room. A man walks in, a woman walks in, a little boy walks in, a couple walks in to see him, and then a tall figure, his presence walks in the room. And the old man was taken over with emotion. He's like, this is amazing. Thank you so much for coming to see me. And he goes, but I apologize. I just don't remember who you are. And the one figure walks up and says, I'm your gifts. I'm the gifts you have been given, but were never utilized to what they were created to be. The other figure walks in, up to the bed and says, I am your talents, the talents, new talents to serve the world, that you're never allowed to fully focus and develop in your life. The little boy walks up and says, I'm your dreams. I'm the dreams you had when you were a little kid, but you let other people told you and tell you that it couldn't be done. And another person walks in and goes, I am your desires. All the desires that you had to achieve, all the things you wanted to do, but you didn't think you were good enough. Next one walks in and goes, I am your opportunities. All the opportunities that walked right by you, but due to fear, due to all the things in your life, the status quo prevented you from taking them. The second to last figure walks in and says, listen, I'm your potential. I'm the potential that you've been grieving, that feeling deep in your heart that something was off. I am the potential that was grieving the entire time. And then finally the tall figure comes in and everybody spreads aside and he goes, I am your truth. I am the full version of who you always created to be. but you never really allowed yourself to manifest to become who you were created to be. And he walked up to the old man and he grabbed his hand. He goes, "Old man, we're not here to say goodbye to you." He goes, "We're here to die with you."